Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Bobby H82 bringing you a pistol review of my Smith & Wesson Military and Police 40 caliber compact. This weapon has been safety checked. It is clear, and let's get started. I picked this weapon up about a month ago. I bought it new. I ordered it with night sights. They're not Triticon night sights. I'm thinking they're probably Novak sights with Triticon inserts. This weapon does not have a magazine disconnect safety, and it does not have a manual safety. And right off the bat, I will tell you that I do not like anything that prohibits me from using my firearm to save my life, the lives of my family, the lives of my friends, or the lives of good people in general. Previous firearms that I've owned, like the SR9 for prime example, I couldn't stand it when that was in it. The first thing I did when I bought that particular pistol was take the magazine disconnect safety out. With this, I don't have to worry about that. This weapon is, the capacity is 10+1. 3.5-inch barrel, ambidextrous slide release. The magazine release you can switch around to make it lefty friendly, with which, you know, that doesn't affect me, but I think it's a cool feature of these firearms that they are left-hand friendly. My father's left-handed and he appreciates it. It's got real nice serrations on it. A lot of people are starting to call it fish scallop serrations, with which, I mean, I'll take that. That's what they look like. You get a good purchase on them and you can manipulate the slide very, very easily. Takedown on this particular weapon, a lot of people use, I call it the doohickey. I know that's stupid and a lot of y'all are laughing at me, but whatever, I don't care. I don't use that. Pull the slide back. If I'm like motivated enough, I could just drop the sear deactivation lever with my pinky finger, but I'm not going to do that. All you got to do, pull the takedown lever down. On the subcompacts, you got to hold it. The full-size models, you can drop it and they'll stay down, but for some reason on the subcompacts, yeah, you gotta hold them. I called Smith & Wesson, and they said that, yeah, on the subcompacts you have to hold it, which I think is kind of bullshit, but whatever, it works. Release the slide, hold the takedown lever, pull the trigger, make sure it's unloaded. Don't put your damn hand in front of the barrel, and pull the trigger. Bam, she comes off. Moving to the internals of this particular firearm, a lot of people criticize these firearms because they don't have a dual recoil spring like the Glocks, the SR9 compact, or hell, for that matter, the Taurus Millennium Pro. But my attitude is that if the engineers did their homework, if they did their durability tests, and this works, then hey, it's simple. This firearm comes stock with, damn it, freaking camera, won't focus. Anyway, the guide rod is made out of steel, with which I completely dig. That incorporates two things. One, it puts a little bit of weight in the front of the gun and helps with recoil control with follow-up shots. The second thing it adds is rigidity. It does not move. It's sturdy. It's rugged. It'll last. Period. End of story. I don't mind plastic, but where you can incorporate steel parts, I'll take it. It does add a little bit of weight to the gun, but it comes as an advantage, not a liability. The barrel it doesn't have polygonal rifling like the Glocks. However, it does have a fully supported chamber, and it uses conventional rifling, which means I can fire reloads out of this gun. I've shot everything from the weak-ass Federal Champion FMJs all the way up to the double-tap 200 grain cast rounds, with which are a little bit dicey in this gun, but you know what? The gun handles it pretty well. I owned a Glock 27 before I bought this firearm, and I was happy with it. Never hear a complaint about a Glock from me, but there's always other options, just like what I stated in my review on my Ruger SR9. This particular firearm, from a shootability standpoint, it handles recoil much better than the Glock 27. From a standpoint of ergonomics, it just, I mean, even without the finger grip extension with which I use on the regular, it's even without that, because I have the flush mount mag, but I don't have it with me. Even with the flush mount mag, it's just so much more comfortable than a Glock. It's unreal. From a standpoint of aesthetics, how it looks, it's got a very nicely machined slide on it. It's good looking, and I know a lot of people don't care about that. I don't care about that. As long as the gun works, that's all I care about. When I pull that trigger, as long as it goes boom and hits where I'm aiming it, that's all I care about. But if the gun can work and look good at the same time, I'll take that. It's got a Picatinny rail on it. I don't particularly care about that. A lot of people say, well, the M&P's got the the light rail on the front. I don't care. This is a subcompact firearm. I'm not going to put a light on this thing and put it in and conceal it. I'm just not going to do it. This particular gun, just like I said, it came with night sights. You can tell there's a difference between the older M&Ps and the new M&Ps, and the fact that the older M&Ps had the sights came up at a steady, straight angle. But for some reason, and I kind of like it, because the new sights that they're putting on these guns have that lip or shelf or whatever the hell you want to call it. And God willing, if you ever get into a confrontation, an armed confrontation, and you are wounded and you can only shoot one-handed, and you have a malfunction or like a stovepipe jam, failure to feed, failure to fire, failure to extract, or anything like that, you can take that part of the sight, bang it on your pants, and then rack it on your belt, which is kind of like a modified tap rack. Tap rack bang, tap rack ready. Good stuff like that. I need to post some shooting videos. I really do. Getting back to it. The trigger, this gun is safety check. It is clear. Double check, triple check, quadruple check, Senko check, whatever the hell you want to call it. This gun is clear. The trigger, and this gun does not, once again, bam, does not have magazine disconnect safety. Totally dig it. To get back to the trigger, breaks very, very cleanly. It doesn't stack. Once you're at the point of break, there's very little creep. There's very little take up. It's just bang. The con to it is the reset, and I'm going to be real quiet so you can hear it. That's not reset. That's reset. Did you hear it? I'm going to do it one more time. Not reset. That's reset. Did you hear it? Very faint reset. It's very, very hard to pick up on this gun. But you know what? And I'm not using this as an excuse, because that's kind of crap. But in a armed confrontation, you're not going to take the time to feel out for the reset. You're just going to go bam, 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 bam. I mean, you're just going to put rounds down range or on target and try to neutralize whatever the threat is that's trying to harm you, harm your family, harm your friends, or harm just good people in general. Excuse me. But that's pretty much the only downside I can see to this gun. There's a company called Apex Tactical that deals with performance parts for these firearms. They sell hard sear, with which lowers the trigger pull and tightens up the reset. They sell the firing pin blocks. They sell the aftermarket extractors. They sell it's called a RAM. It stands for Reset Assistance Management. And basically what it does, it pronounces the reset a lot more vigorously, to where when you get out to reset, the trigger reports itself much more predominantly. But other than that, I'm very, very pleased with this particular firearm. It's just, like I say, I don't want to harp on Glock, but you know, is it as reliable as a Glock? I don't know. Time will tell. I've owned this gun for a month, put 600 rounds through it, and the gun has ate every single last thing that I put through it. I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, wait a minute, Hickok did a review on that gun and the slide was cracked. Well, you are absolutely right, and don't even ask me how that happened, because I don't know. As an M&P 40 compact owner, I don't know how that happened. I know in the beginning manufacturing run of the M&Ps, they had some quality assurance issues with their firearms, but they straightened it out. A lot of companies have those kind of problems. Glocks had it, CZs had it, HKs had it, SIGs had it. Oh yes, SIG has had it. I've seen it. But we're not going to go into the details. And Smith & Wesson's had it too. But as long as the manufacturer can correct the problem, then that's all that matters. But even, and I'm not using this as an excuse at all, but even though that part of the slide was cracked, that M&P that Hickok 45's got, it was still firing and it was still putting rounds on target. That's not an excuse for a manufacturer's defect, but at least it was still firing. I haven't been on YouTube probably in the past 11 months. This is the first video I've done since the SR9 Sigma P3AT and the watermelon video. I need to get more range videos, but between then and this video, more videos are most assuredly to come. This is Beach 82 signing out on the Smith & Wesson Military and Police 40 caliber compact. Post your comments, be civil, and hope to see y'all again soon. Y'all take care and be safe.